what are the pros and cons of a bride and groom seeing each other before the ceremony for photographs? I know it's a very, very old tradition of you shouldn't see the bride before the wedding in her gown, period. And a lot of people still do that where they wait and they see her coming up the aisle for the first time and they do all of their stage photographs after the ceremony. The one thing I'll say about that is it's really hard for your guests to understand that you're missing for an hour after the ceremony. You don't get your cocktail hour. They don't get to tell you how beautiful you look, how great the wedding was. It kind of robs them of time with the bride and groom, and also robs the bride and groom of being able to associate with their guests, which essentially you're there hosting this event. And I think it's great. A lot of bride and grooms are leaning towards a staged moment before the ceremony, especially in our Jewish weddings, where the bride will be under the chuppah, the room will be clear of everyone, and the photographer will walk the groom in for the first time and be able to get those private photographs of just the bride and groom at that special moment where they see each other. It's very emotional. There's usually tears involved, and that gives them a chance to get that out of the way, recoup before the actual ceremony, and get some great photographs as well, where they're not having to squeeze them into 20 minutes during the cocktail hour, as opposed to having the 2 hours prior to be able to shoot some really great pictures. Also takes the pressure off a lot. If you're able to see the bride prior to the ceremony, by the time she walks up the aisle, your emotion is in check. You're not crying. It's not a big emotional moment. You're not choked up during the ceremony. A lot of times when you wait, you get this garbled audio during the ceremony because the bride and or groom is crying and they're not able to really say their vows because they're overly emotional. That's another thing that would alleviate that. If you can get over the tradition and have the staged moment before the ceremony, it really takes the pressure off the actual ceremony itself.